we're going to evaluate the integral from 0 to pi over 4 of the natural log of 1 plus tangent of x. Unfortunately, none of the techniques that we learned so far, substitution, trig substitution, integration by parts, will be applicable here. To evaluate this definite integral, we'll need the following two results. The first result is the integral from 0 to a of f of x is equal to the integral from 0 to a f of a minus x. And the second result is the trig identity, which says that tangent of alpha minus beta is equal to tangent of alpha minus tangent of beta divided by 1 plus tangent alpha times tangent beta. So these two results will help us to evaluate this integral. First, let's derive result number 1, and then we'll proceed to integrate. To derive result number 1, I'm going to start with the integral on the right, that is the integral from 0 to a f of a minus x. And I'm going to make a substitution, let u equal to a minus x. Therefore, du is minus dx, or minus du is equal to dx. When x equals to 0, u is equal to a, and when x equals a, u will be 0. The integral in variable u will run from a to 0. And now let's rewrite this integral in terms of variable u. It's the integral from a to 0 f of u times minus du, which is minus the integral from a to 0 of f of u du. To reverse the order of integration, we need a minus sign. We have it. So this is equivalent to the integral from 0 to a f of u du. U is just a dummy variable. We can replace it with whatever we want, including x. So this says that the integral from 0 to a f of x dx is equal to the integral from 0 to a of f of a minus x dx. So that verifies result number 1. We can now return to the integral. The integral we have is the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent of x. So our a is pi over 4. This is equivalent by result number 1, integral 0 to pi over 4, and we replace every single x, which there's only one inside the tangent, with pi over 4 minus x. So this is equal to integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent of pi over 4 minus x by result 1. And now let's use result number 2, the trig identity here. Alpha is pi over 4 and beta is x. So this is equal to the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent pi over 4 minus tangent x divided by 1 plus tangent pi over 4 times tangent x dx. Now recall, tangent pi over 4 is 1. So this is the integral from 0 to pi over 4 of natural log of 1 plus 1 minus tangent of x divided by 1 plus tangent of x. Let's use a common denominator. This is equal to the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log 1 plus tan x divided by 1 plus tan x plus 1 minus tangent of x divided by 1 plus tangent of x. So tangent x minus tangent x cancel in the numerator, and this is now the integral from 0 to pi over 4 of natural log of 2 divided by 1 plus tangent of x. Now by the properties of logs, this is equivalent to the integral 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 2 minus natural log of 1 plus tangent x. And we can express this further. This is equal to the difference of two integrals. The difference of two integrals, so this is the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 2 dx minus the integral from 0 to pi over 4 the natural log of 1 plus tangent of x. Now the first integral is natural log of 2x evaluated from 0 to pi over 4 minus the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent of x. So this is equal to natural log of 2 times pi over 4 minus the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tan x dx. Now let's return to the original problem, and I'm going to write it like this. 0 is equal to the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent of x minus itself, integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent of x. But we know that the integral from 0 to pi over 4 ln of 1 plus tangent of x is equal to this expression up here. So I'm going to replace the second integral with the expression right above it. So we have 0 is equal to the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent x dx minus natural log of 2 pi over 4, let's put this in brackets, minus the integral from 0 to pi over 4 ln 1 plus tangent x dx. Well, the solution is almost there. What we have is minus a minus gives us two of the integrals that we're trying to evaluate. 2 times the integral we're trying to evaluate, that is 0, equals twice the integral from 0 to pi over 4 natural log of 1 plus tangent of x minus ln of 2 times pi divided by 4. So let's move the ln term from right over to left, and that gives us natural log of 2 times pi divided by 4 is equal to twice the integral from 0 to pi over 4 ln of 1 plus tangent x dx. And we now arrived at the final answer. The integral from 0 to pi over 4 of natural log of 1 plus tangent of x dx is equal to natural log of 2 times pi divided by 8. For more videos